Five, four, three, two, one. Welcome back to the Fever Pitch Podcast. I'm your co-host, Brian.
And then, how you doing?
What's up, Zay?
Yeah.
All right, we had a very interesting week of football, but let's talk about some Monday Night Football. Broncos, Bills. Talk to me, Dan.
I wasn't gonna watch this game. I thought the Bills had an easy one, and I was sorely mistaken. Russell Wilson looked like he was back in Seattle. Probably one of his better games this season. He hasn't been playing bad this year, but this one was for sure a good performance by him. He did what he had to do, and coupling that with a solid run game with the Latavius Murray, ex-Bill getting the pardon me. JaVale McLaughlin and Javonte Williams getting it done in addition to Samaje Perine also having some impact in the run game. Bills' offense was solid, but the real calling card was the defense. They forced a number of turnovers on Josh Allen. Even though the Bills' defense tried to stand pat, it's tough to overcome so many turnovers. And as a result, Denver got the W. Denver has pulled off a few upsets. They got the win against Kansas City, and now they got this win against Buffalo last night. So even though they did get blown up by 50 earlier this year, they're shaking that off almost, and they're now on a 3-game win streak, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Before we even talk about the Broncos, let's talk about the Bills. Josh Allen had 2 picks. How many does that put him on the season?
11 picks.
11 picks through what? 10 games?
Yeah. Which is his fault. So he had 3 turnovers himself that game.
Mm-hmm.
Cook fumbled first game of scrimmage. So 4 turnovers on the Bills that game.
On the season, Josh Allen has 11 picks, and then we get the fumbles. Let's see. I'm sure he has at least like 2 or 3 fumbles.
Yeah.
The real question here is, what's going on with Josh Allen?
Madden curse, bro. It's the Madden curse. He's brought it back. The Bills are playing very, very bad. They're losing games they shouldn't lose. Right now, if the playoffs was to start today, he wouldn't be in it. Texans would be in the playoffs. So
The Texans would be in the playoffs over the Bills right now?
Texans would be in the playoffs.
Almighty 7, I'm telling you. We'll get to that. Don't worry. We'll get to that.
Let's talk about some.
But yeah, like it's hard to overcome that many turnovers. And it's been Josh Allen. Didn't he lead the league in picks last year?
No, Dak did, but Josh Allen leads the league since he's been in the league. That Josh Allen leads the league in picks since he's been in the league. Bro. So,
yeah, so I mean,
the common thing.
He plays us a very no. It's reckless. It's a reckless style of football, and as a result, you see how it's panned out. He has 4 fumbles on the year. He had 13 fumbles last year. So, yeah, it's bad. It's very bad.
It's like the Broncos started the game, forced the fumble. It was like, dang, they never let up. So it's like, something's definitely going to happen in Buffalo at the end of the season. I think the coach is gone. Someone's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's got to go.
But it's crazy because when you look at it by the numbers, it should have been an offensive performance by the Bills. The Bills had more total yards. They had over 70 more rushing yards, and they averaged 7.1 yards per play. While the Broncos averaged 4.2 yards per play, had 120 yards rushing, and so on. So when you look at it overall by team stats, the Bills should have won this game, but it was very clear that you saw from the possession time in this game that the Broncos held the ball the majority of the game. They did not give up the ball nearly as much, and they were converting, right? But let's talk about Courtland Sutton. Did you guys see that touchdown?
Yeah, that was a beauty. Russell Wilson.
I've ever seen. Best toe drag I've ever seen. It's actually good ball, greater catch.
I'm gonna just say Russell Wilson has made some plays that many people, there was that play on a Thursday night game. He touched one to Doug Baldwin in the playoffs. Had a Thursday night one to Doug Baldwin as well. Russell Wilson makes plays, and Cortland Sutton did what he had to do.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I think he fumbles later on in that game, so that could have cost Buffalo could have cost them the win there. But shout out to Russ for putting it on the money. No turnovers from Russell Wilson. 2 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah, I read a stat that Russell Wilson on Monday nights is a very dangerous guy.
Dangerous.
That's probably where he got it from. But overall, what change do you guys think the Bills need to make going forward in this season if they want any shot of going to the playoffs?
Josh Allen needs to be more careful with the ball. Maybe more careful with the ball. Coaching, I think the coaching get out of there. It's been like 3 years. They haven't made it. They haven't made it to the AFC Championship. They have the team for it.
They made it once. They lost though.
Mm-hmm. Oh, to the Bengals, right?
Yeah.
Big coach, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, James Cook, he put it on the ground for 109 yards, but the receiving that we saw from this team just wasn't what you expected.
No true standout in the past game. It was balanced, which is good, but unfortunately, when you throw 2 picks, it's like what can you expect?
Exactly, and when you're not using your favorite receivers, when Stephon Diggs has 3 receptions all game for 34 yards, a lot goes into question because there's no way they had him strapped like the Navy. There's no way.
Well, Patrick Surtain, Justin Simmons had a pick in this game. Patrick Surtain is a very good DB. I think you could argue top 10 DB in the league, top 5 DB in the AFC. He had 2 tackles. It doesn't look like he had any pass defenses or anything, but when you put your QB, your cornerback 1 on your wide receiver 1, it's gonna be a battle all game, and I think Surtain got the best of him thus far.
I don't know. From what I've seen from Diggs in the past, it's hard for me to believe that they really had him strapped for only 3 receptions the whole game.
I also had Diggs on my fantasy team. Luckily, I didn't even win to win that fantasy game, but he only 6 fantasy. But he wasn't strapped. He was just like, I think Josh Allen was making bad reads. The defense was clams though. Broncos defense was like better than I expected them to be. So
yep.
The Broncos did overall have a good showing through this game. Outside of just Russell Wilson, we had Javonte Williams putting on the ground for 79 yards. We already talked about Courtland Sutton and what he did in this game. We even saw a little bit of scrambling from Russell Wilson. He had 9 carries himself for about 30 yards.
Yeah.
Samaj Perine had 35 yards. Jerry Jeudy, 35. He was moving this ball around, and their defense definitely came to eat, Fabian Moreau had a pick, and Justin Simmons also had a pick as well. Jaquan McMillian had 4 tackles and 1 assist over there. So they were definitely attacking this Bills offense on all sides.
I will say, towards the end of the game, though, I think the refs kind of shot Denver some bail. There was that PI in the 4th quarter.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good call, but I don't think you call that there. I don't know if you call that there because it's really bad when the game is determined by the refs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like you kind of had to call that one.
Mm.
I think it was the perfect strategy because he was smoked off the line. Russ saw it. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna throw it." And it's a penalty. There it goes. And set him up.
One thing we also got to briefly highlight that field goal drill right before halftime. That was crucial because then they will win by 2. Yeah. right before halftime, they got that field goal done, and that really was the deciding factor. Because if you look at the second half, I mean, they both got in the end zone a few times in the second half, but without that field goal, they lose that game.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, when I was watching the game, I saw the initial missed field goal and I turned off my TV. And then I woke up in the morning and it said the Broncos had won. So then I had to go watch back and I was like, oh, the Bills had 12 men on the field. So they got a chance to kick another field goal and then made it. It's mistakes like that you really can't be making in the last moment that the Bills seem to continually be making. And I got the chance to talk to a few Bills fans in the past coming weeks, and one thing that they've been saying is the coaches need to let Josh Allen be Josh Allen. For some reason or another, he's been playing either a more reserved brand of football or different than the way he usually plays, and you definitely see it and tell. So just overall in his play style, a lot of even the fans are saying that they need to let Josh Allen be Josh Allen, right? Because we all know that he's capable of playing well, but for whatever reason that we're seeing, it just hasn't come to its fruition in this season.
Yeah. I will say, though, outside of that one, butt whooping against Miami that the Broncos had, they've lost a lot of winnable games.
They have.
And with this 3-game win streak that they're on, they got Minnesota up next. They could get that one too. Mm-hmm. That will put them at 5-5, and you probably wouldn't have thought they'd be here after week 3. So I wouldn't say it's quick for them just yet, because they were, the outside of Kansas City, the AFC West is a very tight race. So I'm looking forward to see how that pans out.
Yeah, with wins over the Packers, Chiefs, and now Bills, the Broncos might actually be a team of some concern. I don't know what they figured out in the past few weeks, but everything is clicking on all cylinders.
That's a fact.
But on the contrary, for the Bills, when you look overall at who they've lost to this season, there's definitely some question marks in the air. Opening game, Aaron Rodgers is out. Lost in overtime to the Jets. Jags, okay, that was expected, potentially. Patriots, a loss to the Patriots. What were the Patriots now? Like 2-7 or something like that?
Yeah, they don't. I know they don't have a winning record.
Yeah.
Even that Giants game, they could have lost that. And they probably should have lost that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it seems as though, I mean, I don't even want to say it's the Madden curse. I think the Bills are just getting exposed.
Yeah.
They've had they've had 3 blowout wins, and the rest have been 1-score wins.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, all their losses have been 1-score losses as well. So that's why it's like, if a few things are flipped around, you could argue they could be undefeated or winners, depending on how you see it.
Mm-hmm.
Mike Greenberg from ESPN said that Josh Allen is this generation's Brett Favre. What do you think about that?
I don't like it.
Brett Favre is kind of crazy. I mean, Brett Favre, he got some things done, Calling Brett Favre is a little bit far-fetched to me.
Threw a lot of turnovers. Didn't have that much playoff success. He did get that one Super Bowl, though.
Exactly. He got a Super Bowl under his belt. So I can't really quite compare Josh Allen to Brett Favre. Maybe
of this generation, I mean, I don't think it's that far-fetched to me.
Maybe like late stage Brett Favre. But Brett Favre, when things were firing on all cylinders, I don't know about that.
Brett Favre has led the league in interceptions twice. 3 times, pardon me, 3 times. I'm sure Josh Allen might lead the league in picks this year. So I think it's something to keep an eye out for. I
Brett
feel
Favre,
like Josh. Go ahead.
we can't discount that Brett Favre is a 3-time NFL MVP. Like,
Yeah, he's talented. But I'm just saying, it's something that doesn't sound that crazy to me. Because you're looking at it in hindsight. If you just take talent for talent and play style for play style, it's eerily similar.
I think we're thinking about Brett Favre's play while we were alive. We have to look at things in its totality. Brett Favre was a stud.
I don't think it's that crazy in my opinion.
Do you know some of Brett Favre's highlights?
Yeah, he's a gunslinger, just like Josh Allen. So for someone to say that Josh Allen is this generation's Brett Favre, that doesn't sound that crazy to me.
What do you think, Zay?
I don't think so. I think it's a reach, but it makes sense though. They both do interceptions. They both are known for how good they play. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
My only thing is Brett Favre has those accolades behind his name to back it up. Josh Allen has yet to get any accolades to back up his name.
Okay. Well, let's see. Josh Allen is in what, year 6? 5? Let's see what Brett Favre did in the first 5 years of his career. Since we're talking about accolades.
He had an MVP.
Within 5 years?
Yeah, he came into the league in 91. He got his first MVP in 95. And
he won 3 MVPs in a row.
Yeah, Brett Favre is that guy. Like, I'm trying to tell you, like, Josh Allen, Brett Favre is, I'm sorry, that's disrespectful to Brett Favre. That's a Hall of Famer.
You got for a reason. Okay, Josh Allen was runner-up his 3rd year. So
you said what? Say it again.
Josh Allen was runner-up for MVP his 3rd year in the league.
Oh, so we count runner-up compared to a three-peat.
Chill. I'm saying it's not like, I wouldn't say it's a reach. I think it's something you could have a conversation about. That's all.
Thanks.
Yeah, I'll agree with you there.
Yeah, it's just something you have a conversation about.
I'll agree with you there. But let's talk about some of these blowouts that were unexpected. Talk to me about the 49ers Jags.
That completely. I was like, what? The Jags look like they couldn't move the ball offense. Brock Purdy. He looks like the same Brock Purdy. I
don't get it, bro.
I've seen this 49 game. If you look at the game, that first touchdown, Ayuk should have been a pick, but Ayuk made a great football move, so it was a touchdown. The Jags just got exposed. I still think they're one of the best teams in the AFC, but they just had a bad game.
Yeah, like
sweet.
I still think that Trevor Lawrence is still a top 8 quarterback in the league.
Sure.
But his L's are like really bad.
Yeah.
Really, really bad. He had 2 picks on the fumble in this game. No touchdown passes. The run game got stuffed. Christian Kirk was only standing out in the passing game. But it was just really, really bad.
So bad.
Fred Warner and Tyler Noah Hufanga both got a pick for San Francisco. Jake Moody did his thing in the kicking game, but I don't know, something about Jacksonville. It's just like really bad.
This is why I still had the 49ers in my top 5, because we have to also keep in mind the additions that this team just had. The reason that they're performing this way isn't just because they are all of a sudden just firing on all cylinders. No. Look at this defense. You have Nick and Chase getting after it.
Actually, kind of scary. I'm not gonna lie. actually very terrifying for any QB back there. It's like
they're getting there at the same time. I'm like, yo.
You can't double team both because you double team one, the other one's getting there. So it's like they might have found something, but that's why you use your legs. I think if Trevor Lawrence would use his legs a lot that game, he'd have definitely like a QB like Kyler Murray or like a Lamar Jackson, usually like use their feet. They'd definitely be able to get past that pass rush, but it's still going, limit the time they get the ball in their hands. So that addition was, still that was the only trade, actually the only notable trade I thought that happened at this deadline. It was actually pretty quiet.
Yeah, that trade in itself, like when you look at it in its totality, you have two defensive ends who play together and have team chemistry from Ohio State playing together again.
Crazy.
Also back there, you have the likes of linebackers like Fred Warner, who's just not only a ball hawk because he had a pick in this game, but the secondary is also very dangerous for this team as well.
Insane.
And I know a lot of people over these past few weeks, they're like, oh, Brock Purdy this, Brock Purdy that, because he caught 3 losses in a row. Guys, relax. The first 3 losses in his career.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes, back to back to back. But clearly, everybody goes through the ebbs and flows. And luckily for him, he went through these ebbs and flows in the middle of the season rather than at the end of it.
Yeah.
Right. Because in this game, he threw for 296 yards, 3 touchdowns, and also notably, this is the first game Christian McCaffrey didn't have a touchdown in that 17-game streak.
They tried to give it to him at like 3 minutes left, but he just couldn't get in. They gave him a run up the gut. Then they tried to put him on a wide receiver. He caught it, but he wasn't getting in. So they tried to make him break the record, but it was cool. But he couldn't get it. So
yeah, he holds the record now, so it is what it is.
No, he's tied with I think he's tied with someone.
Oh, I thought he beat it. I thought the record was 16 before.
I think it's tied.
Oh well, he tied the record, so even in that regard, that's still something very good. Yeah. We saw Deebo Samuel's back. He's back and healthy. George Kittle also firing on all cylinders. Brandon Ayuk firing on all cylinders as well. Yeah. The 49ers are a very dangerous team, which is why they never slipped out of my top 5 in the power rankings. Yes, they lost 3 in a row, but you have to look at what they do.
Yeah, facts. They got a hard schedule coming up. I don't know. I think they definitely can lose some more games. They play the Bucs next week. I think they can lose that game.
To the Buccaneers?
I like Baker any given Sunday.
You have the Buccaneers over the 49ers.
Yeah. I just like Baker any given Sunday and Mike Evans.
I got a question. What have you seen from Baker Mayfield to make you say that?
He's just a dog. Baker's the type of guy, yo. You can throw him out there, yo. He's gonna play football. No ifs, ands, or buts. He can break his finger. He's gonna go out there and play football. You get hit in the head. He's gonna go out there and play football. And he's gonna make plays. People just hate on him because he's with the Browns, and the Browns basically ruined him. But
I'm not gonna lie to you. These next 7 games, they could lose all these.
Yeah, the 49ers, right?
Yeah, they could lose all of these.
Yeah.
This is where teams are really made. I don't think they're gonna lose against the Buccaneers, but
I think they will, bro. That's the upset of the week, bro.
That December 3rd, hey, they should move that to an evening game right now.
What's December 3rd?
49ers Eagles.
They got Philly. That's an L.
49ers
Steaming hot L.
Yeah, why move to even? You said December 3rd?
Yeah, 425.
Oh, that's gonna be a great game. I actually need to. Well, that's a double-edged sword because I'm gonna need one of them to lose.
Who do you want to lose?
I think the Eagles lose actually because we have the same record as 49ers right now. So
it's a steaming hot L.
Yeah.
But this is December 25th game against the Ravens 49ers. I need the Ravens to go down to the Bay and beat them. So the seed of this falls correctly.
I literally only see 2, maybe 3 wins left on the schedule.
And I don't even know about the Cardinals anymore because now that Kyler and James Conner are back, who even knows what's gonna happen?
That's Kyler look pretty.
Kyler did look pretty good.
I think they'll split with the Seahawks though. I think they'll beat the Rams. I think they'll beat the Commanders.
Who will beat the Commanders?
San Fran.
I think the Commanders is like it's like a lower level Steelers, bro. They're very gritty. You're not gonna blow them out. You're not gonna blow them. You're not gonna blow the Commanders out. Yeah, they can win these games. I think they could have beat the Eagles twice. They don't know how to finish. You know, when they don't know how to fourth quarter count, they don't know how to finish. Yeah, but
that's what it's looking like.
They can win these games. Feel me? Right now, right now, playoff picture. That was 6 seed. That means we'll go against who?
The 3 seed, right?
Honest.
Mm-hmm.
I go against. I don't want to go to the Bay. I don't need that matchup.
What, y'all can't win. Y'all can't win.
Y'all are not beating the 49ers at home.
Win, bro, but I don't need we played them every year consecutively in the playoffs, bro.
And they beat y'all every year.
Actually, I want Dak to go play him because I want him to shut up everyone else. I want him to shut up everyone, so I want him to go play him. But I would love an easier route to the championship. So, you know, if we can drop a seed and play the Lions, I'm cool with that, you know?
Hey, the Lions ain't easy either.
Lions might catch y'all.
Lions not going to catch us, bro. I'm telling you that.
Here's the thing, though, because Minnesota's 6-4. I like Josh Dobbs, but I don't think this is going to be sustained. They're 2-0 in the North. That can't be sustained either. How they played Detroit yet, and if they have, I don't think they're going to sweep Detroit if they beat them already. So,
if Seahawks take that division, that'd be better. I need the Seahawks to win out. Yeah. Seahawks take that division.
NFC playoff picture is looking very interesting. I can't lie.
I'm more interested in this AFC playoff picture because it's like every AFC North team might be in there.
Yeah.
If the season ended today,
Bengals would be out.
Yep.
Yeah. But Dan talked about something interesting with Josh Dobbs. Let's talk about that game. Josh Dobbs is 2-0 as a Viking.
Josh Dobbs.
Astronaut.
He needs to be paid at least $15 million a year by somebody next year.
Joshua Dobbs.
I'm saying it now.
Joshua Dobbs.
Somebody needs to give Josh Dobbs a 3-year, $40 million contract.
Joshua Dobbs, the Pastronaut.
The Pastronaut.
He's
a gamer, bro. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say.
Got that dog in him, you know. He had a dog in him this game against the Cowboys. He got that dog in him. Now he has a team with a lot of, stars on it. I mean, they got Jay Jettis might come back. They could make a run. I don't know how they decide on Jay Jettis.
If Justin Jefferson comes back and you got Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs is mobile too, guys. He has two rushing touchdowns already.
I was looking at it, I was like, damn, Kirk couldn't make this play with his feet. Because Kurt is I love Kurt. Everyone knows I'm a fan of Kurt. Dan hates Kurt. But
Doritos.
Kurt,
Party mix.
I was looking at the gameplay. I was like, yeah, Kurt definitely couldn't have made that play because he don't move like Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs is like, a little shifty guy.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Minnesota could keep him, but that would be crazy. That would be crazy.
Just a reminder, Derek Carr is trash.
Chill, that car is cool too. I just don't. Saints. I don't know. The Saints organization is actually. I think they want to run a 2 QB set. They want Tyson Hill in the game in the red zone, and they want that QB who's their starting QB out the game in the red zone. That's just how.
That's so silly.
The Vikings have won 5 in a row.
You said the Vikings said what?
They're on a 5-game win streak.
Jesus Christ. The Dobbs won 2 straight. Yeah.
They're second in the North.
Yeah, that's cool. I love to see the Vikings too. Shit, I'm trying to see anybody.
Minnesota's looking very, very solid. The Pastronaut is doing what he has to do, protecting the football, using his feet. A passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, second most rushing yards on the team. He's getting the ball to his stars. Hawk had a $134 in the TD. Addison has 69 yards. So you add Jettis to the mix. It's dangerous. It's very dangerous.
Yeah,
Where do you guys think Josh Dobbs will end up after this season?
I think if he plays good for the Vikings, he could end up back at the Vikings.
Yeah.
Back at the Vikings. Who else needs the QB?
I think I mentioned
the Raiders.
The Raiders.
Ain't no Connell's that guy, man.
Exposed to the Raiders, but they just don't fuck with Jimmy G no more. They don't mess with Jimmy G.
Jimmy G's coach, bro.
They benched him.
He's an expensive coach. He's a backup, yo. He's coach, bro. It's like there's nothing. Nah, he's done. Jimmy G and Teddy Bridgewater are just bank robbers. They're both bank robbers.
No one.
They're not quarterbacks. They're bank robbers.
North need a QB.
They got their money and they got out of there. I mean,
yeah. Josh Dobbs might end up on the Bears.
No, I think they like Jalen. I think who was it?
Justin Fields.
Like Justin. I think.
Please, it's not even playing right now.
Guys, you might see the Bears trade Justin Fields for picks. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You might see them trade for picks. I think they're trying to blow it up this year.
Josh Dobbs will be a Bear next year. Okay.
You said what?
They had to trade him to a bad team. Like who they trade him to?
Atlanta.
Yeah, the Falcons.
That's perfect.
It's tough, bro.
That's perfect. That's actually perfect. Justin Fields is going to be a Falcon next year. I already see it.
Does the Falcons have any picks?
Let me look at the Falcons picks.
He's going to be a Falcon next year. I already see it.
So the Falcons in the 2024 draft right now, they're projected to have pick number 11, pick number 43, pick number 75, pick 111, pick 143.
Yeah, so a bunch of mid-rounders.
Yeah.
There's insiders suggesting that Justin Fields gets traded for Taylor Heinicke a second and a third.
Yeah. And right now, the projections have Bo Nix getting picked up by the Falcons.
Oh, my God. Bo Nix?
Bo Nix is tough. Oh, I like Bo Nix.
He's old.
That's good, though. He's seasoned, bro.
Yeah, he's just old. That's the thing.
Yeah, that's what they said about Josh Allen. Yeah. You know, they said he was old.
I mean, look what happened last night.
Not Josh Allen. Bengals.
Oh, Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow.
Well, anyway. Oh, wait. Joe Burrow, you said.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
You said Joe Burrow. You pushed for the Bengals. And he see, this is why we just gotta see why he couldn't play at Ohio State. He just wasn't built for Columbus. You know who is built for Columbus? CJ Stroud, the Almighty Seven. He did it again, man. What more needs to be said, man?
I think he needs to be in the conversation MVP. I know
he was Dan.
What? Hold on. I just need a moment. Man.
MVP conversation rookie year off of 2 games.
Whoa, off a season. You're not seeing what we're seeing, man.
Here's a lot, bro. Like FanDuel on all the sports bets books, he's -1. He's -1,020. Like he's -1,200. It's over. Like if he doesn't win the Warriors, it's like, come on.
Listen, man. Listen. He has in 9 games.
You're an MVP front runner.
In nine games, he only has 2 picks. This is a rookie quarterback.
QB hasn't known what he's doing, bro.
He only has 2 picks in 9 games.
What QB is doing what he's doing with the team he has?
Bro, you had the Bengals win this game. Can you tell me why before I expound?
Why did I have the Bengals winning this game?
Yes,
because the Bengals should have won this game on
because
paper.
Of what? Because of what?
On paper, they should have won this game.
Because of what?
Joe Burrow, the Bengals, they do their 4-5 game. Oh, we're not a football team for the first few weeks. And then midseason, they lock in. This is when they're supposed to lock in. And
all right, that's cool. That's cool. That's all cool until you get walked down by the Almighty Seven.
Almighty Seven is crazy. This is This is a different level of glazing, but talk to me. What did
Well,
you
don't
see that you
disrespect
like?
me. Don't disrespect me. Anyway, first of all, they said that the Texans O-line is garbage. He was only sacked one time. All right, cool. Threw for 356 on the road. Rookie QB, one TD, one pick. You know, everyone throws picks every now and then. But really, like I've been saying, the best thing you can give a rookie quarterback is a solid run game. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I said Damian Pierce is out. They might be coach. But all of a sudden, Devin Singletary had 30 carries for a $150 in the house call. 5 yards a carry. This is the first time in a long time I see Devin Singletary look like an RB1. And
yeah, I kicked him off my fantasy team, in fact.
sure enough, he did what he had to do. And Zay, I will say I put a lot of men, right? And I didn't know Noah Brown was like this.
I picked
I
him
didn't
up.
know.
I picked up Noah Brown.
I didn't know Noah Brown was like this.
Noah Brown's like, I've been Noah Brown's like that. He gonna catch it, bro. He's a for sure hands. You know.
I didn't know Noah Brown was like this. Had a $172 on 7 catches.
Yeah.
Oh, he was on the Cowboys?
Yeah. He's just like just because the depth we had at wide receiver, he was like the
5. Yeah, wide receiver 5 in Dallas.
So he wasn't getting no bump, but you go to Texas, you like number 1, number 2 receiver, so it's like you get that bump and you get the show, you know.
Dalton Schultz, another former Cowboy, had a solid show and did what he had to do. But
I think a week before, all the 5 leading receivers was formerly Cowboys last week.
I think so. Noah Brown, Dalton Schultz,
CeeDee Lamb.
I
think everyone was from, you know.
Hey, y'all took Brandon Cooks instead, and then the Texans said we'll take Noah Brown. So it was an unspoken trade.
Yeah.
But we got to talk about my boy, the rookie. CJ Stroud said we need to go get this guy. Nathaniel Tate down. 6 catches, 56 yards in a TD. He's doing what he has to do. You could argue, he can be in the conversation for offensive rookie of the year as well. I think CJ Stroud is a lock, but Tank Dell's doing this thing as well. Despite having 3 turnovers, he had a pick and 2 fumbles. He still did what he had to do in the game and the drive and put his team in the position to win. And the Bengals, when the only person running the ball is Joe Mixon and Joe Burrow, I don't think y'all are going to win the game. Yeah. So that's about it. Burrow had 2 picks. He was sacked 4 times. He had a QBR 37.1. That's pretty bad. Jamar 8. Tyler Boyd 8. Tyler Boyd dropped the touchdown pass. Yeah. And I remember that because I had Tyler Boyd in one of my leagues. He should have caught that. And that would have been the one right there. But sure enough. And here's the thing. The game was in Ohio. CJ Stroud went to Ohio State. This is his homecoming. And sure enough, he got the W. This was a home game for CJ Stroud. And we see what happened.
Walk out there. Got a W. Texans are a problem. There'll be a problem in the future. They're a problem right now. There'll definitely be a problem in the future.
So, wait till they get the O-line.
Problem in the future. But for sure.
So was this a better showing by the Texans or a poor showing for the Bengals?
The Bengals are trash. I already told y'all this.
Better showing by the Texans.
That's fair. That's fair. What do you guys see these teams doing through the remainder of the season? Let's talk about the Texans first. Coming up, they have actually it's not too bad, but in 2 weeks they got the Jags, and Broncos, Jets, Titans, Browns, Titans, Colts to close out the season.
They might clear that division.
All winnable games.
They might not lose another game in that division. I'm not gonna lie to you.
All winnable games.
They beat Jacksonville by 20 on the road. And I don't really care about that home and away stuff, but I'm just saying, if you get 20 pieces at the crib, I think you might get 20 pieces in Texas.
Facts.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not too high on the Texans yet. I'm a little apprehensive because Overall, yes, they've been playing out their mind as of recently, but we tend to have, what's the word, recency bias. They started out the season with 2 L's.
Okay, but wait. Before you even hold on, no. You yourself even said, despite the score that we won game, the Texans are vicious. You said that.
Despite the story,
You didn't even let me finish.
He had 200. He had 242 passing yards that game.
Guys, can I finish?
Okay, because you're
Oh
talking
my
about
goodness.
you're talking about
ready.
reasons. You said go ahead.
You guys are ready to attack me. Yes. I did say the Texans look good week 1 versus the Ravens. I saw that they could be doing something dangerous. But I'm putting them middle of the pack and more so for the future, they're going to be a threat. I don't think they're quite there yet this season.
Do you have the Bengals over the Texans right now?
Overall, in its totality,
yes.
As of this moment right now, I have the Bengals over the Texans because Joe Burrow doesn't throw 2 picks. Boyd catches that touchdown. This is a very different game just off of that.
All right.
And when you look at overall the stats, they got dominated on the run game, the Bengals. But it was pretty neck and neck when it came to the passing game. The Bengals were efficient on 4th down and more efficient on 3rd down as well. What really got them was the number of sacks and the number of picks that they threw. We're not talking about the fact that the Texans lost 2 fumbles and had a pick in this game. It was just overall the Bengals played worse, in my opinion. And this isn't to take anything away from the Texans. I think the Texans are playing out of their mind. And I'm very excited for what they're going to show in the future. But let's be serious. Nobody expects Devin Singletary to pop out with 150 and a TD again. Let's be serious. That was unexpected. I dropped him from my fantasy team because he was not giving me points. All right. Noah Brown is promising for the future, definitely. And so is Tank Dell. And, they got Dalton Schultz over there too. So, hey, whatever the Cowboys are doing, hey, y'all just keep throwing them players and they're going to keep doing their thing.
Just about. He also had a Russian TD in this game. I just wanted to include that. CJ Stroud did. I didn't see that before. I don't got too much else to say. I've already told y'all about the Bengals. I already told you about Houston. So only time will tell.
I agree. Only time will tell. Speaking of timing, I know it's Dan's favorite time to talk about the Chargers versus the Lions.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all some time to cook. I need to go get my notes. So y'all should give me a second. Y'all talk about that for real quick. I'm gonna go get my notes.
All right. So the Chargers and the Lions played this past week. Final score was 41-38. The Lions won. Jared Goff had an amazing showing. 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. David Montgomery, 116 yards on the ground with 1 touchdown. And in Raw, we trust Amon-Ra St. Brown, 8 receptions, 156 yards, and 1 touchdown, getting it absolutely done in this game.
Sure. Can't leave out my man. Keenan Allen had a great game for the Chargers. I think Justin Herbert played way well too, but the better team won. I think the Lions, they back in their groove. They should win more games. Until that game with Dallas, that'll be their next test. Then who's else on the Lions schedule? Who else do the Lions have?
Up next on the Lions schedule, they have the Bears, Packers, Saints, Bears, Browns, Vikings.
They might win every game until the 24th. And then it gets hard.
Then Cowboys, Vikings, Cowboys, Vikings. So that's an interesting last 3-game stretch.
Last 3-game stretch. I think that's the hardest stretch for them. I think every other games, easy dubs. Bears, easy. Packers, easy.
Mm-hmm.
Saints, are they even a team? Bears, easy. Broncos, hey, I don't know. New age Broncos low-key look nice, so I don't know. But
yeah,
definitely shall see.
I think overall in this game, I forgot to even highlight Jahmyr Gibbs had 2 touchdowns off of 77 yards. And overall in this game, it was definitely more of an offensive battle, as we can see from this high score. What really stood out for the Lions is their rushing attack. They had 200 rushing yards in this game and averaged 8.3 yards per game, 8.3 yards per play, 23 first downs, and they were 4 for 5 on fourth down this game. They only punted the ball once. There were no sacks allowed in this game, so those offensive lines were definitely holding up. No fumbles and only one pick by the Chargers. I don't think this was, like you were saying, I don't think this was a bad game at all for the Chargers. And Justin Herbert, he had a great showing too, 27 for 40, 323 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 1 pick. Austin Eckler was getting it done as well, 19 carries, 67 yards with a touchdown. And Keenan Allen, like you were saying, also getting it done. Quentin Johnson also had a touchdown, and so did Jalen Guyton. Overall, why do you think the Chargers keep losing games?
I just think they play better teams. I just think they play better teams.
But what's missing for them?
Nothing. Nothing is missing for this team. I just think they don't close. They don't close. They have the leads and they don't maintain the lead. Yeah.
It's like crunch time.
Crunch time.
Yeah. Because they started off cold in this game. In the first quarter, the Lions were up by 7. Then they continued and maintained that lead throughout the rest of the game. Additionally, when you look overall at this game, the possession time was pretty even, so it was a back and forth battle for these two teams. But like I think you're saying, the Lions just had a better showing because they were simply the better team here. They're 7-2, and even for when we look at the Chargers schedule doesn't get any easier at all. Packers, Ravens, Patriots, Broncos, Raiders, Bills, Broncos, Chiefs. They'll probably beat the Packers. They're not beating the Ravens. Patriots, honestly, with the way the Chargers are playing, that's a coin flip. The New Age Broncos, coin flip. Raiders, coin flip. Bills, coin flip. Broncos again, coin flip. Chiefs, loss.
This is a tough schedule, I think. They play the Packers. They might beat the Ravens. They might not. Underneath the lights, so they might just beat the Ravens. Patriots, they smoke the Patriots. Broncos, I don't know. Coin flip. Raiders, I don't know. That new head coach got them playing like dogs.
I think they're so happy. They're so happy for the way things have been going for them ultimately.
Yeah.
And when you look at things in its totality, I think the thing that's lacking for this team is the rushing attack. Austin Eckler averaged 3.5 yards per attempt.
3.5 yards per attempt. Not enough.
Yeah. Right. And we saw it overall in the team stats. They had less than 100 overall rushing yards, which is fine if Justin Herbert's going to air it out, but he can only air it out so much. He threw 4 touchdowns. Yeah. Right. So what they may need is to pivot away from Austin Eckler or get some more support back there. I mean, they had Joshua Kelly back there too, but he wasn't doing too great. Had 5 carries, 16 yards. And what Justin Herbert averaged more yards per carry than both Austin Eckler and Joshua Kelly. So I think that's where the pain point is for this team. It's the running attack. I think we're used to seeing Austin Eckler be more dominant in the running attack, and since they use him kind of as like in that combination form where they have him receiving and rushing, they just need somebody who's gonna get on the ground and be grittier. So hopefully they look to that in this next draft.
Yeah, probably get like JK, because I'm for sure don't think the Ravens bring back JK.
Oh yeah, with this injury, probably not. No,
I think JK's done with the Baltimore Ravens, but I don't think he's done with the NFL either, so.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we're gonna see. We're gonna try and see what we can do, but I know the Ravens, we do like JK, but he just every time he touches our field, he gets injured.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this Commanders-Seahawks game.
Commanders-Seahawks. Trash. Say. It was a more grittier win than I thought it would be. I think the Seahawks should have had that much of a challenge with the Commanders, but I've been saying, like, the Commanders are basically the NFC Steelers, They're gonna be in every game when it comes late, but they just don't know how to finish. But Seahawks definitely showed me that they are actually, mediocre. Mediocre, they're not very good. Geno doesn't play very good ball. I don't think. Kenneth Walker had a good game. From the game against the Ravens, he had a better game. The game against the Ravens, oh my God. Not very well, but he bounced back. I think he had they had 70-something yards. Something like that. Probably a TD. But yeah, I think the Seahawks are, they have harder games coming up, and I don't think they win those games. I think I like, me personally, I like what's called better at QB, Drew Lock, better at QB than I like Geno.
You like Drew Lock better than Geno Smith?
Yeah.
I disagree with that take because Geno Smith, yes, he had a bad showing in the past, but he did well this game. 31 for 47, 369 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he was distributing that ball for sure. You had 1, 2, 3, 4. You have 4 players over 50 yards this game, receiving a deep ball to Kenneth Walker for a touchdown. You had Jackson Smith with over 50 yards, Tyler Lockett, 92 yards, DK Metcalf, 98 yards. So they were moving this ball around. They were distributing it. I think the big thing for the Commanders is, like you're saying, they're the NFC's Steelers. And it's like, even with the loss, well, not even the loss, trading away people like Chase Young, they seem to still be able to stay in games and do well. They're doing well offensively. Sam Howell looked phenomenal in this game. 29 for 44, 312 yards, 3 touchdowns. Brian Robinson was moving around as well. He was their leading rusher and receiver. 120 yards receiving and a touchdown, and 40 yards rushing. Yeah. And I'm seeing with the Commanders, they'll use their players for rushing and receiving, because they did the same with Antonio Gibson as well, who was their second leading receiver, and he was also there rushing the ball as well. But Dan, our resident Commanders aficionado, talk to us about what you think about this game.
That's crazy. Saying how played as good as you can play since the fumble. He also got sacked 3 times, so that hurts. I think the defense kind of, when you give up 29 points, you're likely going to lose, no matter how many points you score. 29 is a lot in the NFL. And Geno was dealing out there. Kenneth Walker took a screen to the crib. DK Metcalf 8, Tyler Lockett 8, JSN 8. So the Seahawks receiving core collectively put up 369 yards. They played very well. Sam Howell fumbled, and he was sacked 3 times. But outside of that, I think he had a stellar showing. Jamin Davis, first round pick from 2021. Yeah, 2021. He, led the team in tackles, had 2 tackles for loss, so he did what he had to do. And the veteran Bobby Wagner for Seattle, he had 10 tackles and half a sack.
10 tackles?
6 solo.
Out there killing them.
Yep.
Not softly at all.
And recently acquired Leonard Williams they got Leonard Williams in a trade with the Giants. He had a sack and a tackle for loss in this game. So I think it was I know it was high scoring, but it was also a testament to both defenses, because one stop here versus a stop there, and this game is won. And Jason Myers had 5 field goals. So I think the real testament is that even though the Commanders defense got stops, they were stops that were still in field goal range, and Jason Myers did what he had to do. Had 5 field goals and 2 extra points. So he contributed for 17 of the Seahawks points in the matchup, and as you can see, they got the W.
Made the difference for sure. What do you think? I have a hot take for you guys.
Fire away.
With a better offensive line, the Commanders are a playoff team.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they was one last year, so it's like, they almost won last year, so it's like.
And the reason I say this is because I believe Sam Howell is the most sacked QB in the NFL right now.
Yep.
How many times has he been sacked this season?
I think he's pushing 50 something.
50 sacks? That's too much.
Might be more than that. It might be in the 60s at this point. 47.
47. And in comparison, like what's the next person under him in comparison?
Zach Wilson at 33.
Exactly.
Dave Jones at 30 and Bryce Young at 29.
So I really hope that in this offseason, the Commanders focus on building up this offensive line. I think the teams that really get it and understand it, the Cowboys, they understand it, the values of having a strong offensive line. The Eagles, they get it, having a strong offensive line. And I hope the Commanders, they can understand that having a strong O-line is essential because Sam Howell isn't a bad QB in my opinion. And I think they're going to stick with him. And if you're going to stick with him, you're going to want to protect him. You got him hitting the pavement essentially almost 50 times, and we're a little over halfway through the season. Do you want this guy to have long-term CTE? Can they lock in?
My thing is, you got arguably one of the best D-lines in the league. So y'all got to practice against these guys 3-4 times a week. Get better.
Absolutely.
That's how I see it. But anyway, also wanted to highlight quickly JSN, Jackson Smith-Njigba. He's looking like he's picking up a little bit. He had a slow start, but it's looking like he's finding his footing in the Seahawks offense. So that's good to see as well.
I'm glad. We already talked about the Chargers, and what me and Zach identified was they need more from their rushing. The contrary to your belief,
boy, look at the violin.
Contrary to your belief, the issue isn't Justin Herbert. He threw for 4 touchdowns and 1 pick. So
that was a bad pick, a very bad pick.
Yes.
Austin Eckler had a house call. What do you mean you need more contribution from your rushing? Honestly,
less than 100 rushing yards versus the Lions' 200 rushing yards.
So the Chargers need to play better defense.
That as well.
Okay.
But their rushing attack can use some work too. Their average carry was their average carry, I believe it was like 3.5 yards for Eckler, and their most averaged yards was 3.8, and that was by Justin Herbert.
Decent. That's almost 4 yards a tote. I don't think the rushing is a problem here. But if you want to say that, if you want to keep, go ahead.
What's your take? What's your take, Dan?
He shouldn't have thrown that pick. Outside that pick, he played phenomenal. But he shouldn't have thrown that pick. Eckler did what he had to do. Because you wouldn't talk about the rushing. He also had 48 receiving yards. So that's over 100 yards of total offense on Austin Eckler. Derwin James had 13 tackles. Eric Kendricks had 6 tackles. Don't throw a pick, and you probably win that game. Literally, everything else was pretty solid. If you don't throw that pick, you win that game.
I can't argue with that, but what I will say is that Justin Herbert may be better than you believe.
He's good. He's a great loser. He is the most phenomenal loser I've ever seen.
It's a great loser.
He said most phenomenal loser I've ever seen.
That is crazy.
I've never seen
He
anybody
is a
like that,
fantastic loser.
huh.
I had Justin Herbert in the fantasy league. Keenan Allen went crazy.
He did.
They just lost. That's all. So don't call this man elite when you can't win.
I mean, for what he's getting paid, I think people would hope that he's more elite.
Win. Literally just win. That's all you got to do. Win games and I shut up.
All right, let's
You
talk.
all want to give this high. Y'all want to give this man high praise. So if you want to praise losing, then cool. Cool. Salute.
Let's talk about some teams that got it done. Let's talk about the Falcons-Cardinals.
That boy K1.
Mighty Mouse.
That boy K1.
The mouse.
I never tore my ACL, but if I did, I would never play football again. So the fact that he made the comeback when he probably he already got paid. He did what he had to do, but he made this comeback and the impact was shown. Despite throwing the pick, he had that game. He set up a game-winning drive, which sealed the deal for Arizona in the matchup against Atlanta. It looks like did Taylor Heineke get injured? Because it looks like they brought Desmond Ridder back in for a little bit. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm not sure.
Let
me see.
Collectively, they threw for 70 yards and 1 touchdown. That's pretty bad. But the run game was stellar. They finally, they've heard the chatter, and Bijan Robinson is finally being used how you think he'd be used.
Mm-hmm. He
had 22 carries, and I think he had a good number of goal line carries as well. Had a house call, 95 yards. Desmond Ridder had a rushing touchdown and a passing touchdown. So it was a back and forth matchup. But I like the Cardinals defense. It's pretty solid. And as you can see, Budda Baker had 10 tackles, Kazir Wright had 11 tackles, and they ended up getting the W.
Yeah, so Taylor Heineke suffered a hamstring injury.
Right. I'll do it.
Mm-hmm. So James Conner is back also in this game. He had a great showing as well. 16 carries for 73 yards. Unfortunately, no touchdowns, so sorry to my fantasy team.
Fantasy team.
Yeah.
I will say also, Atlanta was up for a decent part of this game. They were up 14-6 and then 14-12 at half. And after in the second half, Arizona just turned it up. Jonathan Gannon, very solid coach. I'm telling you, this defense is legit to say the least. Even though Kyler Murray threw a pick to start in the second possession after halftime, the Cardinals defense only allowed 3 points, and then they got 2 more stops. So they kept Arizona in this game, and they got a crucial win. So I know they're 2-8, but their record is not a testament to their performance. They probably can't win on the road, but when you come into Arizona, you might see red.
You might see red.
I think the Cardinals are the best 2-8 team I've seen in a while.
Yeah. It's a fair assessment.
Let's move on to an important game. Let's talk Ryan, talk to me about this Ravens versus Browns.
Whoa, hold on. We gotta talk about hold on.
Whoa, why are you pivoting? Why are you pivoting? Why are you pivoting?
Hold on.
I think it's about that time.
Hold on, whoa. We still gotta cover we gotta cover the Steelers and Cowboys first. Come on.
I'm worried about the games that won.
Nobody cares about Jordan Love. He sucks. and the Steelers defense is the Steelers defense. And Dallas played Tommy DeVito. I don't care about Tommy DeVito. What I do care about is
let me just read the stat for you. 404 yards, 4 TDs, 1 interception, a 139.5 passer rating, and this was in 3 quarters. Not the full game. This was in 3 quarters. If you leave him out there for another quarter, he might go for 600 yards. I'm just telling you.
Oh my goodness!
I mean,
Dad, did you hear this?
that was crazy, but it's justified.
Let me also read this. All right. In the last 4 games, 1,354 yards, first in NFL. 12 passing TDs, first in NFL. 14 total TDs, first in NFL. 72.1 completions percentage, second in NFL. 125.1 QBR.
I'm just saying. I'm not gonna
yards per attempt. First in NFL. First in EPA success play. First in NFL. I'm just saying, man.
I'm not gonna give an exterminator credit for stepping on the ant. You stepped on the ant, bro. Salute.
I just gave you the stats for the last 4 games. That's
okay.
A lot of that offense came in the last game. You're talking about 1,000 yards. He got 400 yards versus the Giants. You guys crushed the Giants. Yes.
He had 300 yards against the Eagles, right?
Let's call it what it is, though.
Your best defense. He had 300 something yards against them. CD, first play in NFL history to have 3 straight games, 10 recs over 150 rec yards. Just saying.
The Cowboys offense looked great. After losing to Philly. Go ahead, Brian. Go ahead.
I said nobody has a question about what y'all can do in the regular season. The Giants, I hope you guys beat them.
I'm sad.
I don't even think the Giants have like 10 touchdowns on the season.
We just beat who's on the schedule. I mean, we don't make the schedule, so it's
we just beat who.
You're right. You did what you had to do. You stepped on the ant, bro. Salute.
Beat who's not on the schedule.
That's all y'all. I will say, y'all are undefeated at home. Got to give you credit there.
Dak went for 374 passing yards and 3 TDs against the Eagles. This number 1 defense, you would call it.
I want you guys to enjoy these next 2 weeks because come November 30th,
we're going to smoke the Seahawks. I actually promise you, we're going to smoke the Seahawks.
That's when we're going to see what you guys are made of. Seahawks, Eagles, Bills, Dolphins, Lions.
Smoke them.
5-game stretch. That's where we're gonna see what type of team you guys are.
I low key got y'all beating Seattle.
We beat Seattle. We're gonna split with the Eagles. Eagles are not coming into Dallas and beating us. The Bills, they're your new Bears, smoking them. Miami, they actually don't beat winners. They actually don't know how to beat winners. Smoking them. Lions, smoking them. And we're gonna end with Commanders and beat them. Hey,
See, before the season started, I thought the Bills were gonna get y'all clear, but low key, y'all might get that one. You might get a dinner out of me with that one.
Miami, bro.
Just like
Miami smoking. They can't beat winning teams. They can't beat winning teams. They can't beat teams with a good defense, and that's exactly what we have.
As long as y'all finish second in your division, I'm cool.
I'm cool with finishing. I mean, we already got the same record as the 49ers. We just need the Lions to drop some games, and we need the Eagles to drop some games.
That Cardinals L is gonna come back to bite y'all. I'm just saying.
Facts.
Absolutely.
Facts it is.
But go ahead with your analysis of this, Dan. My fault, I interrupted you earlier.
Yeah, like I said on our previous episode, who's Tommy DeVito? Who is that?
He's who they put on the field.
I know. Y'all did what y'all had to do. Y'all stepped on the ant. Salute. I didn't even watch this game.
Me either. I only watched. I didn't watch it.
So like, I'm glad y'all stepped on the ant.
Sure.
Now y'all got Carolina. That's a layup. You better not lose.
I hope so. I hope not.
Now after Carolina, we'll see. Oh, y'all might lose that Thanksgiving game on a short week.
Oh, against
Washington. It's a short week.
Yeah.
It's a short week. Y'all you might get they might catch you.
Is Thanksgiving on the 23rd this year?
Yeah. They might catch you.
We're going to spank them.
Because they're coming off of the Giants too.
Yep.
We're going to spank the Commanders on Thanksgiving.
You might get caught.
The Lions are the late game this year? The
Lions? Probably.
Y'all playing the Lions for Christmas. Not even for
No, Detroit always plays on Thanksgiving. We're just trying to see who they play this year.
Detroit is playing the Packers.
Dub. Anyway, super dub.
I think Dak Prescott has, proved enough, yo. I think, he's top 5 QBs right now, And I don't think. Can you name them, Bronco? You made that face. Can you name 5 QBs? Go ahead.
I can tell you for the totality of this season, who are better than Dak Prescott. Yes, I can name 5 quarterbacks.
Go ahead. You name them for me. Name them for me.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah,
Debatable.
Debatable.
This season, it's debatable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Lamar Jackson.
Okay.
Yes, that's for one.
10 fumbles, 5 INTs. No, I'm gonna wait till you get to Ravens game. But go ahead. I'll wait till you get to Ravens game. Go ahead.
Hey man. I think right now I got CJ Stroud over Dak personally.
Debatable.
You know, Trey Lance. No, my fault. T-Law.
Oh,
T-Law, my fault.
We're clipping that.
Yeah,
we're clipping that. That's getting clipped.
I misspoke. I meant T-Law. T-Law.
That's getting clipped.
Who else?
We'll see.
Who else? And the person I can really see is
Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts.
Probably the only one that I wouldn't debate.
How many is that?
4.
Who else? I think I might also give it to. I think Jared Goff has been having a better showing than Dak this season.
JG.
Yeah. Who else?
That's in the top 5 for sure.
Oh, Brock Purdy. How can I forget?
Anyway.
That's more.
Anyway.
Brock Purdy under pressure has been
anyway.
Brock Purdy under pressure has been a garbage can on fire.
Did you see what he did? Hold on. Did you see what he did this last game?
Huh?
Did you see what he did this last game?
Thought it was no pressure, right?
He got pressured on half of his dropbacks.
No, bro.
I got the stats actually. I have it written down. Hold on, let me pull it up.
Write it down.
He played okay.
Played okay, bro. Dak is a top 5 QB in the NFL right now. You know, stats says it. You know, he's second in QBR in the whole league. You know, it's just
he played a little. No, I'm not saying that. He played a little bit more than okay. He played pretty well. But
right now, Brock Purdy is the passer rating leader in the NFL.
Is that true?
Yes, 109.9.
Who's second?
Tua.
He's number 1 in QBR as well. All right, well. I'm still not moved.
To put some respect on Brock Purdy's name. He's
still not moved.
He's not a bad QB.
He lost to PJ Walker. Can you name one other player that went to the one other football player from the University of Temple? No, you can't.
Listen, okay. Let me give you this Brock Purdy stat real quick. Brock Purdy was pressured on a career high 50% of his dropbacks, and he threw a career high 143 yards when pressured, going 8 for 12 with 2 touchdowns on those passes. He has 8 touchdowns and 1 interception, 1 pressured in his career. The proof is in the pudding.
He's cool. He's cool.
Brock Purdy is the most, well, I wouldn't call him underpaid because he just started, but he's the cheapest, best quarterback.
That's by chance.
But it's still a cold fact.
By chance, though.
A lot of things happen by chance, but that doesn't mean that it's not true.
Anyway.
But I'm not saying this to discredit Dak, but we do this thing every few weeks. The Cowboys play a bad team and they smoke them. Oh my gosh, the Cowboys are the greatest. Cowboys are the greatest in the world. Oh gosh.
Can we make the schedule?
All hail the Cowboys. Blah 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 blah. Realistically, the Cowboys aren't a top 5 team in the NFL right now.
Name 5 better teams.
I can name you 5 better teams right now.
Don't say that. By the way, don't.
To Baltimore and smoke you guys. Come to Baltimore and smoke you.
You guys are lucky you don't play us this week.
Y'all happy. Y'all lucky. Y'all lucky.
I'll name you 5 teams right now.
What?
Ravens.
Trash.
Chiefs. Jags.
You are the most. You said who?
Jags.
Jags. Go
Even
ahead.
after they lost, there's still a better team. Y'all lost to the Cardinals. Let's not discount that.
Who has the Jags lost to?
The Jags, they lost to the 49ers.
Who else?
I can pull up the totality.
I think they beat
Texans, right? They lost to the Texans.
Okay, the Texans are a good team.
Yeah, no, it's not Vave here.
They lost to as Dan says, the Almighty Seven.
The Almighty Seven.
And then they also lost to
Chiefs.
Yeah, just Chiefs, Jags, and 49ers.
Those are 3 good losses. Except Sanford, they got blown out. But like those other 2 were kind of Kansas City kind of blew them out too. I think they were all blowouts. If I'm not mistaken.
The Texans loss wasn't a blowout. I think they lost.
No, Texans loss was a blowout. It was 37-17. Blowout.
Oh. Yeah. All their losses are blowouts.
Listen.
Or well, the Chiefs game was 1 score. So yeah, Chiefs game was 1 score. Anyway.
When you look at it, right, the Cowboys are not a top 5 team because they
5 better teams.
I got you. Eagles, Chiefs, Ravens, Lions, 49ers, Dolphins.
Detroit? Miami?
It goes simply like this. Eagles. I will put the Lions up there. Cowboys.
The Ravens are better than the Cowboys right now, definitively.
Not, bro. Y'all can't finish games. We're gonna
talk. All right. Let's
we explain this L in this next tape. We're gonna talk about it.
Okay, we have the highest point differential in the league. Let's be serious.
Do y'all really?
Yes.
That's weird. That's weird though, because
as of yesterday,
we're still even with yesterday's loss, we still have the highest point differential. Wow. We lost by what, 2, 3?
That's weird.
It was Eagles, Lions, Cowboys, Ravens.
When we lose close. And when we do lose, we beat ourselves, not the other way around.
And it's
I think it's about that time, right?
Let's talk about it.
That's the big question. That's the big question.
Let's talk about it.
Y'all lost to PJ Walker? No. Deshaun Watson played this game.
Yeah, Deshaun Watson played.
Okay.
Oh, Dan, you were ready for the smear campaign. Oh, my goodness.
Go ahead.
Okay, so the Ravens this past week, we played the Browns. I'm not going to lie. In the first quarter, we were up 17-3. I was happy. I was gassed. Second quarter, we didn't score. We were up 31 to, I think it was 19 in the fourth with 9 minutes left, and then we beat ourselves. That's as simple as it is. Lamar threw 2 picks this game. He rushed for 41 yards, and overall, even John Harbaugh says they were apprehensive to leverage Keaton Mitchell, even though he's shown that he's more than capable. So at the end of the day, this comes down to us leveraging our players better. Mark Andrews only caught 2 balls this game. Zay Flowers also needs to be leveraged more. Odell even had a touchdown this game. We have all the pieces. It's just about putting it together. And this game, it was a loss because we got in our own way. It's simple as that. We got in our own way.
So
we had no fumbles in this game. Yes, there was 2 picks in the air, and our overall third down efficiency was in the toilet. We were 2 for 8. But right.
Justin Tucker.
For our losses to be by 2 to the Browns, by 3 to the Colts, and what did we lose to? And by 7 to the Steelers when we had 8 drops in the red zone. I'm happy to say with these losses are lessons for us. Ultimately, we're showing ourselves, listen, when we're hot, but we need to know how to win when there's adversity. Yes, the Browns are a top-ranked defense, and we beat them earlier this season. But in these times, we need to show that we can finish the game and hold strong. We know our defense is solid. Yes, we had some injuries and people missing from the offensive line, but that's not important. The important thing is we started the game off hot, 17 of 3. In fact, the Browns started with the ball, and they threw a pick on the first drive, a pick 6. So we're more than capable of crushing this team, but we let them come back, and that shouldn't have happened. Simple as that.
Have you realized that this seems to be an ongoing thing? And
It's been an ongoing thing for years.
In 7 of the last 10 losses, you've blown 2 possession leads. You have 9 losses since 2021 when you were up by 7 or more going into the 4th.
Yeah.
You can't do that in the playoffs.
That's understood. And that's something that the team is working on. John Harbaugh is aware. And the coaches are figuring that out because we know what this team can do. We know what this team is capable of, but we need to play better even when we're down, even when, well, I wouldn't necessarily call it down. Even when things aren't going well, we need to find a way to flip the switch to still do what we need to do. Roquan Smith had an amazing showing this game. He had, 21 tackles, 14 solos, 7 assisted. Odafe Owe had a sack this game. Jadeveon Clowney had 2 sacks this game in his revenge game. Justin Madubuike also had a sack. So the defense was doing what they needed to do. It was much more a thing of our offense needs to lock in and focus on what they need to do. Kyle Hamilton had a pick as well, and there was a moment where Geno Stone could have also had a pick as well that was dropped. So the defense is doing what it needs to do. It's more on the offensive side that we need to have that fine-tuning and recalibration to make sure that we can do what we need to do. The only thing I'll say is that we did need to stop the rush a bit more in this game, but in terms of Deshaun Watson, he was out there looking shook. I'll put it simple. Yes, they won this game, but he was out there looking shook. This game was won by their rushing attack. Jerome Ford putting it on the ground. It wasn't a matter of Deshaun Watson massaging his way to the end zone.
Relax.
Won that game because Deshaun Watson, which I had on first half, I think he was like 1 for 20 or something like that, 20 passing yards. Second half, he went 14 for 14, 150 total yards, a passing touchdown, and the game-winning drive. So it's simply the defense stayed in the locker room, and whoever came back on the field just wasn't there. The 11 players, what's his name, Geno Stone, Humphrey, those guys, Patrick Queen, they were still in the locker room because he had a complete game and won the game. And, and Lamar, it's just always going to happen. Turnover machine, next Josh Allen type thing like that. He's had 2 turnovers. What was it, a pick six? Was it a pick six?
It wasn't a pick six. It was just 2 picks.
It was the last one wasn't a pick six. The one in the fourth quarter wasn't a pick six.
I think he did throw a pick six.
He threw a pick six?
I think it was a pick six.
Am I remembering wrong?
I think he did throw a pick six.
At 9:06.
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
Well, 9 minutes right before half.
Before fourth quarter, 9 minutes, 6 seconds left. Y'all was up 31-17.
Mm-hmm.
The score ended 33-31.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, man, I do not know. Deshaun Watson had a perfect game second half. Didn't miss a pass. Got a touchdown, game-winning drive. It's can Lamar win those big games? Can the Ravens hold out in those big games when you need to win, especially in the postseason?
Yes.
Can Lamar not turn over the ball? Because if you would simply just bet Lamar to have a turnover every game this week, every game since the season started, you'd be up a couple $1,000 million.
Did you bet that?
No, I didn't. I should have. I should have been a hater from
So you don't like money, clearly.
I mean, hey, now the CMC touchdown streak got spanked last Sunday. So, hey, man.
Yeah. Listen.
I was listening to Shannon Sharp talk the other day. He was like, it gets clouded because when y'all winning, no one wants to talk about how Lamar is playing very mediocre. So it's overtakes it because y'all winning. So no one's planning to talk about how Lamar's playing very mediocre. When you look at the stats, he has 10 fumbles. He has 10 fumbles, 5 lost fumbles, 10 TDs, and 5 interceptions. What is he really doing out there? You
gotta clean that up. You have to
out there. You know what I'm saying?
One thing you guys need to remember is, he has 10 TDs, including rushing and passing.
I think he's rushing and passing. Yeah, I think he has more. I think he has the same amount of pass TDs as Zach Wilson.
Whoa, I like the way you said that.
I
did not like the way you said that.
Mac Jones. It's Mac Jones. He has the same amount of TDs as Mac Jones.
Stop. I don't like the way you're saying that.
It's a cold fact. Don't get mad. It's a cold fact.
Hold on. Let me check these stats here. I don't
getting paid. as Mac Jones. He's getting paid as Lamar Jackson. What was the contract then? It was like a couple. He had to fight for this contract, and then he's out there playing like Mac Jones.
It's a cold fact. Derek Carr, Mac Jones, and Lamar Jackson all had the same amount of touchdown passes.
He's out there playing like Mac Jones when y'all paid him to play like prime Tom Brady or prime Mike Vick. Y'all played him to play like that, and he's playing like Mac Jones. You know what I'm saying?
I wouldn't say that, but the numbers can say that.
Numbers,
Hold on.
I got my homie.
He has 10 passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
He has 5 rushing touchdowns. He has 15 total touchdowns on the season.
The feet don't matter. We're talking about playing QB,
what do you mean?
throwing the ball into the end zone.
Listen, if you don't include the feet, it just doesn't make sense.
It does. That's how the stats work.
It doesn't. Lamar is a dual threat. He'll put it on the ground and he'll put it in the air. You know what I'm saying?
He has 17 TDs, pass TDs, and he has 3 rushing TDs. So
yeah, you guys lost to the Cardinals. We're not talking about you guys right now. Let's focus on
whoa. Don't do that. They just won. Don't do that.
For the Giants.
You have 17. Listen, I'm just saying, if you turn the ball over in the playoffs, you turn the ball over in the playoffs to Joe Burrow or one of those guys. In the playoffs, you lose that game.
If the Bengals make the playoffs, let's be serious.
10 fumbles and
you turn the ball in the playoffs, you lose that game. Wrong or right? You watch football, you play football.
I 100% agree with you. But exactly. The one thing that I will say is I'm happy that we're taking this loss now and splitting the series with Cleveland now, because that's not going to be the case in the playoffs. We're still set atop of the AFC North, and we're doing our thing. Yes, we took a loss here. And we lost by 2. We gave up a 2-possession lead. Yes, all of these things are true. But I'd rather for us to lose now than in the postseason. Let's learn these lessons now. Let's fine-tune. Let Todd Monken get in the kitchen. He's been cooking all season. And let's see what happens. Because I promise you, the Ravens that you saw last week are not going to be the Ravens you see at the end of the season.
How many weeks do you need to solve a lesson?
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna call it like I see it. I want you to do well, but I'm gonna call it like I see it.
And what do you see, Dan?
Turn the ball over in the playoffs. You say you get a ball to Patrick Mahomes, he's gonna score. That's y'all up. Y'all lost 7. Y'all down 7 again because y'all turned the ball over.
If you give your opponent extra possessions, they're gonna beat you, and you get extra possessions when you turn the ball over. That's all I'm saying.
Absolutely, mistakes were made, but I stand behind Lamar.
Respect. He needs to clean it up. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, we're not talking about the fact that there were no fumbles. Yes, he threw 2 picks, but there were no fumbles on this game. So there is a trend in a positive direction overall.
Debatable.
Are you talking about?
Listen, I'm saying, listen. What I'm saying is he didn't fumble the ball this game, even missing some of his offensive linemen. Right? Yes, under pressure, he threw 2 picks, but I know Lamar. He's going to clean that up. It's okay.
Well,
and the Browns are what? Do they have the number 1 defense in the NFL right now?
Something.
I think so.
Exactly. They have a top 3 defense, and if we're losing by 2 and splitting the series when they're in our division, this isn't the worst possible scenario that you could have imagined.
I think he just needs to clean it up. That's it.
I agree. I agree.
That's the only indictment on Lamar Jackson is his ability to protect the football. That is it.
Protect the football.
Well, he protected the football. He didn't have any fumbles this game. It was
Throw a pick. It's not protecting football.
Lazy picks. It's not like, it's like straight to the defense type pick,
A dot to the ops. It's not good.
It's just,
and listen, and he'll show you in these coming weeks, he's going to clean it up, but I ain't going to speak on it too much. You know what I'm saying?
Next week. I can feel next week. I'm actually this Thursday. I'm betting on a turnover. I'm done thinking it's going to change. I'm betting on a turnover.
Hey, bet on it. I want to see it.
There will be a turnover in this game, and it will be from Lamar Jackson.
Speaking of this,
a pick. I'm betting on it.
Speaking of turnovers, Ken Dorsey, offensive coordinator for the Bills, has just been fired. So,
he has been fired.
Yes. So, first was Brian D. Wall, now it's Ken Dorsey. I think Josh Allen might be a coordinator killer.
Well, man, Bills already making moves, so sheesh.
Hey,
Yep.
I told you they needed to let Josh be Josh. So hey. But I think we covered all the games that we said we was gonna cover. Let's get into these picks, unless y'all want to cover another one.
Nah. Do we talk about the Steelers just real quick? Right, Tomlin might just win Coach of the Year. That's all.
He's coach of the
Mike is never gonna go under 500, bro. He's not gonna never.
He's coach of the decade. I'm not gonna lie to you.
He just might win Coach of the Year. That's all. Nothing else.
Do coaches go in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
He'll be in there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let me look at the schedule one more time. Is there anything of note?
Oh wait, do you want to touch on this weekend's college football?
I will.
Michigan, free Jim, free my guy Jim Harbaugh.
That was a gritty game.
They were like bet. It was so bad. They came out the second half. They was like, we're not going to throw one pass. We're going to run the ball every second and win the game. That's what they did. They didn't throw not one pass. They ran the ball the whole entire time and won the game. This is picture.
Oh, they still got Blake Corum?
Yeah, it's this picture.
Yeah. Donovan Edwards and Blake Corum.
It's this tough picture of Corum after the game. Oh my God. The toughest picture I've ever seen. Oh man.
Yeah, and you and Blake Corum are the same age. He went to St. Francis?
Yeah, home team.
Okay. What happened in this Colorado game? Did they win?
Oh, bro.
I don't want to talk about Colorado for a while anymore. I think salute to Coach Prime. I want y'all to do well, but I think that Pac-12 is still the Pac-12. There's not very much. It's looking a little ugly. Shador and Charlotte are coming back for one more year. So I think if he can clean it up next year, he'll be the number one pick in the 25 draft. But not impressed anymore.
What were some of the other games this weekend?
I want to highlight real quickly, Antonio Pierce is 2-0 as a head coach for the Raiders.
Facts.
I'm just saying, man. Aiden O'Connell, he might be that guy. I know he threw a pick in this game, but he looked very solid. Antonio Pierce made it very clear. He said, I'm not an idiot. I'm going to get the ball to my playmakers. Devontae Adams, 6 catches, 86 yards, had 13 targets. Josh Jacobs, 27 carries and 2 catches, so 29 touches. You put the ball in your playmakers' hands and you win games. And sure enough, the Rangers have the W. They're now 5-5 in the season, 4-1 at home. I usually don't care about home and away, but it seems to have some impact on how these games panned out. They're 4-1 at home. The Jets' offense, I've said it before, I'll say it again, they look disgusting. Breece Hall had averaged 2 yards to carry. Zach Wilson threw a pick. Garrett Wilson threw a pass that wasn't caught. He did his thing in the receiving and had 93 yards. Zach Wilson also had a fumble. CJ Mosley had 14 tackles. But I just want to give my kudos to Antonio Pierce. Man. I know it's only been 2 games, but despite that, he's getting it done.
Also, the atmosphere in the locker room is way different. That's like
absolutely
being a Raider,
Absolutely. You can see the joy on Devontae Adams' face. I think Josh McDaniels was a locker room cancer.
Max Crosby's top 10 dragger. So against the guards and shit. He's actually a top 10.
This team has made a 180, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
How do you guys see them doing through the rest of the season?
Let me look at the schedule, man. I got faith in Antonio Pierce.
Hey, they're 500 and they're playing the Dolphins. And you know what the teams, you know how the Dolphins get with teams that are 500 or above.
I think they finished 8-9.
Do you have them beating the Dolphins?
No.
Chiefs?
No.
Vikings?
I would love to.
Chargers?
Yes.
Chiefs?
No.
Colts?
Yes.
Broncos?
Yes.
All right, Zay, Dolphins.
Yeah, they 500, right?
Yeah. Chiefs.
500. Nah.
Vikings.
I like Joshua.
Chargers.
Nah.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Colts.
Yeah.
Broncos.
Yeah.
Okay. Y'all ready for these for y'all predictions?
Yeah, far away.
Let's get into it.
Week 11. Week 11.
Week 1-1. Week 1-1. Let's talk about these predictions, man. All right, Ravens, Bengals. Who y'all got?
Got be more, man. You got the flock here.
Bengals, man.
You know I got the Ravens.
I heard Joe Shiesty pulling up with the Shiesty coming to Baltimore. I heard he putting the Shiesty on. I heard he putting the Shiesty on. He might go for 800 yards. I do not know, yo.
Please.
If his track records proceeds for this season, even if it doesn't, I still got the Ravens. Oh, we got straight AFC North bump this week. Okay. I'm gonna be watching both these games. Steelers, Browns. This will be an interesting one.
Give me this.
It's gonna be close, and it's probably, I feel like 21-23 game type stupid win by.
Dang. Give me this. I'll take the Steelers. It's the Steelers.
I'm taking the Steelers as well. Because yes, the Browns, you know what I'm saying? They caught a lucky one against the Ravens, but they're not beating the Steelers. I don't think so.
I don't know. Browns are like that.
Bears, Lions.
Detroit.
Give it to Lions as well. Packers, Chargers.
Green Bay.
That's actually a hater. He's talking.
Yeah, no, I'm going Chargers. Dan, you're crazy.
Green Bay. Why not? I'll go.
Dolphins, Raiders.
Oh,
I would love the Raiders to win though. What?
I would love a Raiders win, but I got Miami.
I got the Raiders. The Raiders are 500, and they're 2-0. Technically, they're 2-0. I scratch everything that's prior to this. It was prior to Antonio, with Pierce. So they're actually an undefeated team.
All right.
Giants, Commanders.
Good. I'll take Washington. I guess.
Like Cowboys, Panthers.
Got Dallas.
About
50.
About 100,000.
I got Cowboys, but I foresee a close game. I don't know.
Oh my God! Like
I got Dallas.
Not serious, bro.
Titans, Jags.
This is gonna be a close game, but give me Jacksonville.
I'm going Titans. Derrick Henry's gonna run through them boys.
You've been picking the Titans a lot. They only got 3 wins.
I know, but they're gonna get this one.
Okay.
Cardinals, Texans.
Big 7.
Almighty 7.
I'm going the Cardinals. Mighty Mouse is back, and he's gonna show y'all why he's here. I think he's one of the most underrated QBs in the league, and you guys are gonna see that he's here to play. Buccaneers, 49ers.
Bucks.
Yeah, low-key got Tampa, baby.
Y'all are tripping. I got the 49ers.
Okay.
Whatever.
Touchdown.
Jets, Bills.
Give me the Jets.
Give me the Jets, bro. Give me the Jets.
Give me the Jets.
They just fired their OC. I'm going Bills. Seahawks, Rams.
Give me. Is Matthew Stafford playing?
If he plays, I got LA. If he plays,
I got LA. If he doesn't, I got. Let's see.
Seahawks. Vikings, Broncos.
I got the Pastronaut. Very simple.
This might be an interesting game.
It will be. It's a prime time game. We got the Pastronaut on Sunday night. Give me mini.
Sometimes these are the moments when I think the NFL has a script, because you got Russell Wilson coming off a win from the Bills, and you got Josh Dobbs on the Vikings, and this just happens to be a primetime game.
Yeah. No flex.
Going Vikings. Chiefs, Eagles.
I want the Chiefs to win, so give me Chiefs.
Andy Reid puts belt to behind in Philly.
Super Bowl.
Andy Reid puts belt to behind. And once again, that's what. Come on, man. KC. Very easy.
It's the regular season. Any given Sunday, I'm going Eagles.
Isn't that a Monday night game? You're so unserious.
What do you mean? How?
How's it? It's a Monday night game you're talking about any given Sunday. Fuck in.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Hey, any given weekend at this point, bro.
It's a free.
Yeah, free it, bro. It's okay.
Andy Reid puts belts behind, and once again, that's what's gonna happen.
The Eagles have the best record in the NFL, and I don't think that the Chiefs are about to change that.
I just hope y'all know Sam Howell almost beat Jalen Hurts twice. I know almost doesn't count, but Patrick Mahomes
lost to the Lions in the opener, and who else did they lose to? The
Jared Goff is him, but go ahead. And the Broncos.
Explain that one. Go ahead, explain that one.
Explain divisional game. They took it out.
You said which one?
Explain the Broncos loss.
Divisional game, they took it out. Same way y'all just lost the Browns. It's the same thing.
So you want to talk about all right.
It's the same thing.
They lost 24-9 though. It wasn't like a comeback or anything type situation. They just lost.
Patty threw 2 picks. It happened.
Okay. All right. So do we give Patrick Mahomes grace for throwing 2 picks?
He played bad that game. I said that.
Mahomes has proven like he throws like 50 passing touchdowns a year. Like, don't ever compare Lamar to Patrick Mahomes.
I mean,
I won't say don't ever. You can
do it.
Yes, Patrick Mahomes has two rings, but they both have an MVP.
Mahomes has 2.
Oh, Mahomes has 2 MVPs.
Got him. Come on, bro. Got him.
Listen, they on that same trajectory. Mahomes been in the league longer.
He's stuck. Free it. I'm gonna free it.
Mahomes is 28.
You're right. He didn't. His QB 1 year was he got him by a year. Technically, you're right though.
But Lamar Jackson's also 26. You know what I'm saying? 2 years.
In NFL,
What can happen in 2 years? Look. When Lamar wins the MVP this year and he wins the Super Bowl, all he'll need is one more ring to match him. And now it's a debate.
Lamar's not going to win the Super Bowl.
Okay. Hey, now that's going to get clipped right there. But yeah. Okay, I think I had a question for you guys.
All the games?
You said what?
Did we cover everything?
I think we covered everything that mattered.
For next week.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we covered all the games for this upcoming week.
Okay.
Yeah. Zay, you're unserious putting in all the wins for last week. You're unserious.
That's what I had.
That's not what you had, bro. You weren't there.
Zay, you're a cap.
Still put them in.
Oh, breaking news. Breaking news. Wolf Hunter out for the season.
Yeah, I've been saw that. That was wild.
You said who?
Ray Vander Esch, linebacker for the Cowboys, out for the season.
Wow, what happened?
Neck
injury.
Dang. Hey, I'm telling you, I might have to switch that one off to Carolina. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know, Late hasn't played in 3 weeks, right?
Whoa.
Oh. Never mind.
Wait, what?
Like the defense out there right now is better than what we had 3 weeks ago. So it's like,
hey, you know, y'all down Van Der Esch, y'all down.
Down Van Der Esch for.
Who else are y'all down?
Trayvon
Diggs. Hey, Micah Parsons has been a little quiet recently.
Michael Parsons and Nick Bosa are the most double team players in the league. And he still has the most pressure.
Okay. Wait, don't finish. Go ahead, Zach.
He still has the most pressures in the league, and he's the most double team player in the league.
I don't think he has the most pressures in the league.
He does.
I think you're a hater.
I like Micah Parsons, but he's just been a little quiet recently. That's all I'm saying.
Get double teamed. I will hope. If he get double teamed, he still gets you the QB. I don't understand.
I mean, on the season, 7.5 sacks. That's cool. That's calm. 31 tackles, 7.5 sacks, 13 assists. I'm just saying. I'm peeping. I'm just seeing.
You know, it's just all what it is. It is. Yeah.
But wait, y'all got anything else?
No.
Zay? All right, guys. I think this is a good one. Hey, when it rains, it pours, man. When it rains, it pours.
You can't stop the rain.
You can't stop the rain. Let me not start. I'm not a singer, guys. Not today. But with that being said, thank you guys for listening to the Fever Pitch podcast. If you haven't already, please subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on whatever platform you listen to podcasts, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Google, Amazon, anywhere that you listen to podcasts, we're on there. Fever Pitch Podcast. Hot takes, cold facts. But as always, it's been Brian.
And then.
Thank you, Zay, for coming on. Thanks. And you guys take care. Peace.
Stay safe.